will drive a little bit of conversation, I'm sure. All right, we're on YouTube. Mr. Mayor, you can go ahead and start when you're ready.
Okay. Stephen here?
1 second.
I don't see him yet.
Okay, well, we have a quorum. So why don't we call to order the October 27th Beaufort City Council work session. Welcome, council and our visitors. Work sessions, I'll just say, as you've heard me say before, are generally conversations about issues that will come before council at some point or another, plus updates on various projects that will come before us. We start this meeting with employee hire recognition. And I think Mr. Bouchard meant to make an introduction. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm pleased to introduce Dan Frazier. He's our senior planner. He's been here about 7 weeks and has exceeded our expectations. He's come to us from Charleston County. He was a community planner there. Prior to that, he worked for Berkeley, Charleston, and Dorchester LCOG. Prior to that, 15 years, he was in the private sector as a planner. He got his planning degree from the University of Memphis. And before that, he served in the U.S. Army Signal Corps for 4 years. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Dan and let him say a few words.
Well, let me just ask you a question. Where have you been hiding him for 9 weeks? I actually came in the back door when I came to pick up some maps yesterday, and I saw him, but I wasn't sure it was, so I didn't say hello. So welcome.
He's probably been hard to see because we put so much work on him. It's just stacked up on his desk. You'd have to walk all the way around to see him.
Is he going to grow a beard like you and hide behind that too?
He might.
I don't think I can grow a beard, Mr. Mayor.
Welcome, Stephen. Okay. You're going to talk to us, Dan?
I am. It's wonderful to be here, and I appreciate it. And like Dave said, he's been locking me in my office. That's the reason you haven't seen me. He's keeping me busy there. But been here for a 7 short weeks, and it's been fantastic. I love everything. It's a very busy environment, and that's how I like to work.
Okay. Well, if you can see the screen, well, I don't know what you see on the screen, but all of our council members are here. Stephen Murray, Nan Sutton, Mike McPhee, and Phil Cromer. So we're glad to have you aboard.
Welcome.
We expect to finally have the city planned, what, next week sometime?
Oh, you might want to give me a couple weeks, Mayor.
Okay, well, we've got to get it done before the first week in December. Okay.
Yes, sir. I can do it.
A second
I
week.
appreciate it. I've had a great time so far, and I expect only the same going forward.
Terrific. Well, welcome aboard. Council, anything you want to say? Stephen? Michael? Nan? Phil?
Nice to have you with us. We need the help.
Welcome to the team.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Next on our agenda is a presentation of New Housing Authority member Dan Rydell. Welcome, Mr. Rydell. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
That's close, Mayor. It's Dan Riedel.
Regal. Okay.
Riedel.
Well, why do you have the I?
I will have to talk to my antecedents about that.
Okay. Well, welcome. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
So this was my idea, Mayor. I thought he's a newest member to the Beaufort Housing Authority. He met with Phil and I and expressed some ideas, some plans that we're going to help him with moving forward. But I thought it would be nice to have him introduced to the entire city council.
Okay. Well, if what Bill and Dave told me about you, our housing issue will be resolved also by the end of the second week of December. Now, I understand you bring a lot of experience from the construction industry to the financing, and have been involved in projects, and that's really what we need. I'm sure someone has told you, and I know I'm speaking rather than listening, but the housing authority was originally created by the city as a city housing authority. Somehow along the way, it morphed into a countywide effort. Yet we still, for some reason, make the appointments with recommendations from the other entities. It appears that they've really mastered Section 8. They've really mastered filling vacancies, and if they had more places. But I guess it was Mike would be the only one who was here, but it would be 12 years ago, right before we were elected, that the city went to them and said, "You've got this." We were talking about building a community development corporation to work on housing and to partner with them. And were sort of, my observation was that they have a comfort zone in what they do, but getting out of that comfort zone, they've begun with we've given them lots and they've built some homes. So they're doing a few things, but we've always felt, and council, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think 3 different councils that we've had since then have all felt that there's a lot of horsepower in that nonprofit for partnering with the community development corporation or whatever the nonprofits go. A lot of horsepower there that is unrealized by the board. And we've had several, it's been quite a while now, but several meetings with them trying to get them to say, you can do more than build and rent. And I think they do a fabulous job maintaining what they do very well what they do. But so it's nice to, at least from the description, to have someone who understands what a housing authority can do. You may want to share some thoughts with us, or council may want to ask you some questions.
Well, thank you, Mayor. I'm proud and pleased to be a part of the enterprise. I have a background of over 50 years in building and development and financing. The need for affordable housing has never been greater. And I believe that the challenge has not been met. And I hope I can bring some horsepower, as you call it, and resources and some knowledge and expertise to that, and help us move our city forward and house some people that truly deserve the help, and the need is great. I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
We're welcome. Council, y'all want to say something? Because this is this is not a new idea to find someone who was entrepreneurial and willing to step out of the box. Mike, you've been at it the longest, and then
Thank you so much for your willingness to step in and participate with us. We really do need the expertise, and I think your background will bring a lot of good knowledge to the board. So thank you for your willingness to be a part of that. Welcome aboard.
okay. Phil, you've been working with the Affordable Housing Task Force, so why don't you?
All right. Well, I've had an opportunity to meet with Dan and also David, and I'm very impressed, and I'm looking forward to working with him in the future. And I think we've got a good one on our side. So,
Nan?
Yeah, no, just thank you so much for your willingness to serve. We appreciate it. It means a lot to the city.
Good. Stephen?
Yeah, Dan, I agree with everyone else. Thanks for being willing to jump in and share your resources. I'd agree with the mayor. I felt like BHA has done a nice job managing their inventory, keeping the ship sort of rolling. But my understanding of BHA and then the nonprofit board, that's sort of the companion piece to the board, is that there is some significant capacity to grow the stock of BHA and maybe be a little creative in how we might realign some of the current assets to get us in a better position to, again, increase capacity in Northern Beaufort County. So I think you'll find a willing partner in the city of Beaufort working on affordable housing, and look forward to working with you over the coming years.
Thank you.
Good. Bill, anything?
Sorry, did you say Bill or Phil? I'm sorry.
You.
No, we are looking forward to working with Dan, and I know Phil and David had a good meeting, and they've got some projects that we've been talking about in the past that they hope to bring forward, and I think would be right, exactly the type of needs that we have for the community.
Fabulous. Well, welcome aboard. We're all here. Call us. We'll probably, there are some members of council I know are going to be calling you because, you know, we're a very, you know, I believe you come from Hilton Head or Bluffton.
No, I live in Ladies Island, Mayor.
Oh, do you really?
I do.
Okay. Do you know what the population of the city of Beaufort is?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, you're ahead of me. I was just going to say many people who don't live right here don't realize it. We're at about 13,500
That's right.
moderate to low income people who do a heck of a lot for the region. But
Well,
we are, as Stephen will be more articulate than anybody, we're losing population, we're losing working people to whether it's a fire department, nurses, teachers. I know you've been talking about teachers already. Police officers to places where they can are more affordable to live, and we lose that group of working people. We lose our authenticity, which makes us simply a tourist destination. I'm not against being a tourist destination, but we need a much more diverse workforce. And housing is as Stephen will tell you from their work on economic development, Mike will tell you from their infill and redevelopment, Phil will tell you from his participation on this for the last several years. It's just absolutely critical that we find a way that we can find houses that are affordable. And people very often confuse affordable housing with houses that are affordable, and we have a need for both, of course.
We'll do all we can.
So welcome, and
Thank you.
I'm glad to hear you live closer.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Dan.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll move on. I see on my agenda an executive session. I see Mr. Cromer is over his illness, and so he's probably capable of making a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Title 30, Chapter 4, Section 78(2) of the South Carolina Code of Laws for receipt of legal advice regarding the project.
Thank you. I have a motion. Who wants to make the
Second.
mighty? I have, and I have a second. Mr. Cromer made the motion. He obviously votes yes. Mr. McPhee seconded. He's votes next. Mr. Murray,
Aye.
Ms. Sutton,
Aye.
and I vote aye. So we will now go into executive session. I think we have some technology adjustments we need to make to do that, and we'll get instructions